The sky was overcast with heavy clouds, and a gentle, cool breeze swept across the old church courtyard. On the worn stone steps sat an elderly woman, quiet, motionless, her weathered hands gently clutching a faded photograph of a young girl. People came and went, offering their prayers and leaving, but she remained seated, every Sunday, for years. Her name was Margaret. Margaret's life had not always been this silent, nor her eyes this weary. Once, she was full of laughter, joy, and light. Her heart beat for one reason, her only daughter, Emily, a bright, beautiful girl with a smile that could warm the coldest day. But Margaret's fate had been cruel in one undeniable way. She was married to George, a harsh, violent man with a dark soul. George was an alcoholic. He gambled, squandered money, got involved with dangerous people, and worst of all, he would beat Margaret mercilessly. His loud, drunken shouts filled their home every night, and his fists left bruises not just on her body but deep in her soul. Emily grew up watching it all. Her childhood was painted with the sounds of glass breaking, her mother's quiet sobs, and a house heavy with sorrow and fear. As Emily became a young woman, only one dream echoed in her heart. I have to escape this life. I have to find peace, far, far away. One day, she met David. David was a gentle, kind-hearted, and handsome young man. Their friendship blossomed quickly into love. Emily found comfort in him, and soon, she opened up about her life, the abuse, the pain, the hopelessness. David was shocked but promised her, I will take you away from this. I'll give you the life you deserve. Emily whispered back. I want to start a new life with you, but my mother, if she knows I'm leaving, she will never let me go. She's too scared of my father. One Sunday morning, as always, Margaret and Emily went to church together. After the service, while Margaret knelt in silent prayer, Emily made her decision. Without a word, she slipped out the back door, and left with David, forever. Days passed. Weeks turned into months, and months into long, painful years. Margaret first believed Emily had gone to a friend's house after a fight, maybe out of anger. Then she feared perhaps something worse had happened. But as time stretched on, hope withered. Emily never returned, no phone call, no letter, no trace. George, her husband, eventually drank himself to death a few years later. Now Margaret was completely alone, no husband, no daughter, just the hollow echo of memories. She clung to the only thing she had left, hope. So, every Sunday, Margaret sat on the church steps with her daughter's photo in hand. She prayed the same quiet prayer. God, wherever my daughter is, keep her safe, and if it's your will, please send her back to me. People saw her sitting there, week after week. Some pitied her. Some whispered. But no one truly understood her pain. Years passed. And then one day, a long, sleek black car stopped outside the church. From it stepped a man dressed in an elegant tailored suit, Mr. William Horton, a well-known billionaire businessman. He was visiting the area for charity work and had always had a soft spot for stories of human struggle, because he himself had been orphaned as a child. William noticed Margaret sitting alone in the rain, her wrinkled fingers gently wiping raindrops from the faded photograph. He walked over and asked softly, Ma'am, I see you sitting here every week, who are you waiting for? Margaret's eyes welled up with tears. With trembling hands, she showed him the photograph and spoke through her tears. This is my daughter, she left me years ago. I don't know where she is, but I pray every day to see her again before I die. William's heart broke. He saw in Margaret's eyes the reflection of the mother he had lost as a boy. He gently took a copy of the photograph with her permission and sat with her, listening to every detail of her story. Then, William took action. He posted Margaret's story, along with Emily's photograph, on all his vast social media platforms. His caption read, An elderly mother sits outside this church every Sunday, waiting for her daughter who disappeared years ago. If anyone recognizes this woman or her daughter, please contact us. A mother's love still waits. The post went viral overnight. Thousands shared it, newspapers picked up the story, and soon, it reached the one person who needed to see it most. Emily. Now a grown woman and a mother to a little girl of her own, Emily froze as she saw her own childhood photograph flash across her screen. Her hands trembled, and tears streamed down her face. All these years, she had buried her guilt, her regret, her longing for her mother. Fear of her father had kept her away, and when he died, shame kept her silent. But now, she knew what she had to do. Emily contacted William. Within days, William arranged a reunion. On that sunny Sunday morning, Margaret sat once again on the church steps, photograph in hand, prayer in heart. A black car pulled up, and the door swung open. Out stepped a woman, her eyes brimming with tears. It was Emily. She ran toward her mother, fell into her arms, and both of them wept uncontrollably. Margaret whispered, "My child, I have no anger left. I only have love. You are safe, you are here, and that's all that matters." William wiped away a tear watching them. He promised to help them start anew, he bought them a home, supported them financially, and made sure that mother and daughter would never be separated again. In the end, as they all stood on the steps of that old church, Margaret smiled through her tears and said, "She left from God's house, and God brought her back to me. Love never dies. All we need is patience, and faith. Relationships don't die with time. No matter how many years pass, the thread of love never breaks. Forgiveness, hope, and prayer are stronger than regret. And sometimes, the kindness of a stranger can change an entire life."